Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 15. And it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. So as you see on the screen, you got this post that I seen. I came across about 2 days ago, or maybe yesterday. You know, this coming from the brother Yaramyam, Yaramya, servant of Yahushua. You know, this brother got some good content as well. You know, he got a page on YouTube. Go check it out. And this post is going into these Edomites. They getting busy on Jake, man. One thing I don't understand is Jake, you know, when he's in the midst of all these devils, when there's a lot of these devils, man, they show you their horns. but Esau has always been a coward, man. Esau, he knows how to humble down when he needs to. You know, I mean, lately, being that you got DJ Trump in office, man, you know, that he puts the battery in these devils' backs. But for the most part, these devils, they they are humble when they come around Jake. If it's just one of them and you got a bunch of Jakes, they fit right in. But Jake is too fucking, accepting. You know, they got these memes on social media saying that if, these devils say certain words and they dress a certain way, they invited to the cookout. But you never have Esau saying that. Esau never tell you invited nowhere, man. These devils, we've been telling you, Jakes, these devils don't want you around, man. They do not want you around. They hate your guts, right? These devils hate you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. And they showing you. They showing you in these last days how they feel about you. So this is in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at a pub called Pikes, right? And they got like this biker gang in there. I forgot the name of the gang, but pretty much they were saying that Jake didn't want to pay his tab, but then they flipped it and said Jake, they didn't want to serve him. They told him to get out, but then he didn't want to pay his tab. So how does he have a tab if he didn't want to serve him? So these devils are liars. They're liars, and their hatred for you is at an all-time high, and they're going to show it in these last days, man. So we're going to play this. I might get a strike or copyright, whatever. But I'm going to play it, see what happens. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect be edified. Shalom. Race wars is coming, man. The tension is building in this country each and every day. Check it out. You get your ass on the face. And you heard him, man. He said, beat that nigger up. This is how these devils feel about you, man. But they know they wouldn't have did this if Jake came there with at least two other Jakes. It wouldn't have been this, man. Because 3 Jakes will wash all, however many it was, 12, 10. 3 Jakes would have washed them all up, man. They all look out of shape, fat, disgusting, beer drinking ass Edomites. Right? Red as hell. Look at this red ass devil, man. Look at him. His mustache is white. He's not the same color as his mustache. So none of these people ain't white, man. These people are red. And they're demonic, man. And they're devils. So you seen it, man. So you got the aftermath where, right here, it said witness recounts Pike's pub beating. So I guess she's the mayor of Fort Worth, Indiana. The damn nigger woman. She can't do much. They got her in their back pocket. But she got to come out there and say something, to save face. But the fact of the matter is that these devils, they look for this day that they get to unalive you jakes, man. That they get to put you jakes to death. Right? And we've been telling you, man, get away from these people. The Lord told you, never trust our enemies, man. With Jake, he's in a bar with nothing but devils, man. That was bound to happen. These devils, they got a switch that they could turn off and on, man, for you jakes. And you jakes ain't getting it, man. Right? You're not getting it. And this was like this from the beginning. Right? When you read Genesis 27 and 40, it says, well, I'm going to start at 41. I'm going to just get to the point. This is Genesis 27 and 41. It said, and Esau hated Jacob. Esau is the forefather of the Edomites, which are so-called white people. And Jacob is the forefather of the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So this was always in this man's mind, man. This was always in these devils' minds to slay you. Even back during that time of Isaac, man. Our forefather. Right? Ain't nothing changed. Nothing changed, man. Right? And these devils, they been had you in their sights. Right? It's just you thinking that just because they smile and you live next door to them, that they don't think this way. They think this way. And they waiting for that day, man, where they can use their blessing, which is the sword, which the modern day sword is the gun on your ass, man. Psalms 37. I'm gonna start at 12. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnash him upon him with his teeth. Yeah, mad, angry. Right? He plotting on you, man. That whole time when I guarantee you, when that Jake stepped in that pub, all them devils was looking at him, man. They was checking him out. They wanted a reason to get his ass, man. They said pay his tab. Jake gonna pay his tab. You know Jake would have paid his tab. But there was something else going on to where Jake felt like he shouldn't pay his tab. Right? These devils probably was heckling him. But Jake, what the fuck are you doing there, man? What are you doing there? Right? Jake want to be he want to be accepted too bad. Right? Verse 15. It says, their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken, man. Yeah, because Esau, Edom, all this that he's doing is gonna come back on him. It's gonna come back on him. You know? It says, for the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous, and the righteous are the Israelites, the wicked are the Edomites. Right? So the Lord is he's about to break the arms of the wicked, meaning the strength, man. This kingdom, their setup, the Lord's about to break it completely down. Right? Let's jump to 32. It says, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. You heard him. Beat that nigger up. Drunk, irate. The women were probably there cheering it on. Nigger shouldn't have came in here. So, Jake, you gotta pay attention, man. You're not paying attention. We're in a time of war, man. Right? For us, the men of the Lord, we know that it's spiritual war. And this is how we fight. Right? Crying unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, ultimately, it's going to get physical. You know, but for now, we waiting on the Lord, man. We waiting on the Lord. But the Lord got Jake in every position, man. You know, so, hey, who knows? The Lord, you know, raise up some spirits to, you know, do something. But, you know, fact of the matter is, Jake, you behind enemy lines, man. So let's check out what they're saying. This is the aftermath.
You committed crime in Fort Wayne. You will be found, and we will prosecute you.
Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker reacts to two violent crimes that happened over the weekend. One of those crimes, a battery at Pike's Pub, which is just outside city limits, but the mayor still speaking out.
And a witness also speaking out after a video taken at the pub Friday night shows a man being punched, thrown down, and called racial slurs. Wayne 15's Marcus Truccio has the latest tonight.
That video has gone viral on social media and has even made national headlines. It shows one man inside the bar being attacked by at least a half dozen other men. The witness I spoke to wishes to stay anonymous for safety reasons.
Wayne 15 has confirmed this witness was at Pike's Pub at the time the viral video was taken. One narrative being shared on social media was that the victim in this attack was cut off and wouldn't pay his tab. It was never about paying the tab, according to this witness. The witness said the victim actually had his credit card ready to pay when several men dressed in outlaws gear arrived, telling him to leave. Then it escalated quickly as the victim was punched at, tackled, and thrown across the floor, while at least one person yelled out racial slurs. The witness Wayne 15 spoke to says he at least wants to see those who participated in the battery to be held accountable. He said, quote, "I want everyone to not have to feel like they're walking on eggshells when they go into any of the bars, whether they're white, whether they're black, whether they're Mexican, Latino, Dominican. Everyone should be entitled to go into any bar." We asked the Allen County Sheriff's Department where the investigation stands and whether this could be a federal hate crime due to the language used in that video, considering the use of racial slurs. The department says a detective has been assigned to the case, but it is very early in the investigation and the case is still getting put together. Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker says she's been in contact with Sheriff Troy Hirschberger about the
and the Lord got these phones and these cameras and these videos exposing Esau Edom, man. Right? Because, you know, 20 years ago, you wouldn't have heard about this, man. Or you would have heard about it and it would have just been word of mouth from these devils, man. They just would have been saying, you know, oh, this happened over here and that's that. Right? You wouldn't have no video accounts. So now the Lord got the technology exposing this devil. Right? And I knew it was more to it. Jake ain't the type to go into a bar and not pay for the tab unless he a nigga. But that Jake, you can see he looked like he was a working, you know, brother or whatever. You know, so the witness said he had his card out until the outlaw biker gang, tough guys, came in there and said, "Yo, get out of here, man. You're in the wrong place, nigger." And then Jake probably said, "You know what? I ain't paying, man, because nobody's saying anything." And then they would pay your thin tab, nigger. And you know, they felt like it was 7, 8 on 1. They can get a couple of licks in on a Jake. Let's do it. And that's how it went down, man. So the Lord got something for these devils, man. You know, these devils have no idea what's about to come for them. Right? They ain't gonna be able to handle it. Ain't gonna be no crying. There's I'm sorry, please. Ain't none of that, man. You gonna pay, man. You gonna pay in a heavy way.
The investigation into the battery.
I have all the confidence in our sheriff's department that they will bring the corporates responsible for the injuries there also to justice and turn them over to the court system.
Since Friday night, at least one Allen County bar has said it wouldn't allow motorcycle club affiliated gear anymore. Arcola and an Ale posted on Facebook and said in part, due to the recent incident at a local establishment. And in an effort to keep our environment safe and welcoming for everyone, we will no longer allow any colors, cuts, or club-affiliated gear on the premises.
You can learn about the history of the Outlaws nationally and right here in Fort Wayne right now on Wayne.com. Marcus Truccio, Wayne 15 News.
And that's Indiana, man. Indiana is a very fucking racist town, man. A state, a racist state. Right? These devils are showing their horns in every state, man. But the Lord's going to eradicate them. But we told y'all this, we're in the time of war. This is 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 31. It says, and everyone shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. So it's going to be war from the highest level to the lowest, man. Right? But ultimately, Esau, Edom, you on your way out. Let's get this last one. We're going to shut it down. This is Obadiah chapter 1. Chapter 1 and verse 9. And it reads, and thy mighty men, O T-man, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. So these Edomites, they love slaughtering people, man. They love, throughout history, they have committed mass genocide. They have slaughtered communities and people and villages and things of that sort. So they're going to be cut off by slaughter. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, man. And Esau, you've been cut off. The Lord cut you off, man. He's going to show you that he cut you off. Right? He's going to show you that he cut you off for your violence against your brother, man. Jacob. This devil has had no mercy, you know, on Jacob since he's been in power. Right? Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So all these Edomites, these so-called white people, man, you're not going to see them no more. Right? Once the Lord get done with them. They're going to be completely eradicated, man. They're going to come back. They're going to serve slavery. And then after that, hey, man, the Lord going to get rid of them. So it is going to be justice for James. James just got to know where he at, man, and what he's doing and who he's around. Just like all you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. We're in a time of war, man. Y'all better figure it out. And don't trust these devils, man, because they looking to unalive you, man, put you to death. So I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua willing. The elect be other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakal Kadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. To the next lesson, I'm going to say Shalom.